It's proven in modern neuroscience that vocal suppression activates a freeze response in the nervous system. That disconnects you from everything. You can't connect with people. You're overreactive. You're on guard. I want you to be honest. When you hear the sound of your voice, do you cringe or do you enjoy it? You're like, oh, that sounds so beautiful. Well, if you're like most of us, you cringe when you hear the sound of your voice. That's not just some weird quirk. There's something deeper that's going on. We're told at a young age that we ought to be quiet as children. We're told not to speak until we're spoken to. There's all these different things to keep us quiet, to suppress your speech. When we're told to tone it down, we're being too much. We learn to censor ourselves. We adapt to it because safety only happens if we censor, is kind of the vibe that we get, because we're told to be quiet, don't speak unless you're spoken to. You're literally creating physical tension in your voice. When you hate your voice, you're rejecting your own energetic signatures, your life, your expression. If you hate that, you are hating a deep part of yourself. Your voice is not just your communication. It's not just the vibrations of your vocal cords. It's your gateway to your power center, to your essence. And all this conditioning is causing you to suppress that. What you're suppressing is your life. Underneath the voice is the breath. Breath is life. The life then expresses through the voice, and the voice expresses into the world. If you have a conditioning of holding back on your voice, you're holding back on your breath, you're holding back on your life. So the key is to learn how to open your voice, to own the power in your voice, and to regain that authentic expression again. That's what I'm going to teach you today. You up for it? Let's go. The thing about our recorded voices, we're hearing our voice in a different way when it comes back as a recording. When we listen to the recording, you're just hearing the auditory part of your voice, the part that your ears will pick up. When you're creating the voice internally, we are hearing the vibration of our voice through the bone conduction as well as hearing it through the air. And so it's a much fuller, richer sound that we're experiencing, as opposed to when we hear a recording of it, it's just a thin, higher pitch, unfamiliar sound. So that's the acoustic reasoning as to why we don't like our voice. There's something even deeper than that. Your voice is a mirror of the nervous system. It's like an echo. So if your voice is tight, thin, rushed, anxious, it's not because something is wrong with your vocal cords, it's because you're holding back your power. So the way you speak is a direct reflection of your internal state. You'll notice this, lovers, they sing sing-songy to one another, whereas if you're worked up, you're excited, you're pumped, you're going to talk faster and in a different tempo, because the nervous system is actually expressing through that state of what you are feeling. When we start to look at this internal state, most of us, it's been shaped by decades of being told to be smaller, be quieter, it's not appropriate, it's not acceptable. We then take on board and become how we hold ourselves, the natural state that we hold in our lives. We're going to start unpacking that. We want to get back to the earliest messages you received about your voice and your expression. Maybe you were told to be quiet in class. I know I was. And then that became my vice, is I would be quiet and they'd say, speak up. That's a whole other story. Maybe you expressed big emotions as a child and you got a reaction that taught you that it wasn't safe to do that. Or maybe you tried to speak your truth in a relationship and you got shut down or you weren't heard. And so then you just closed off even more. Maybe you're just surrounded by people who didn't know how to receive the fullness of your self-expression. Whatever version of it there is, over time, your nervous system adapts and it creates what we call a vocal mask. Okay? It's not your true voice that's coming out anymore. It becomes an edited, controlled, and performed version of yourself designed to keep you safe rather than your authentic expression. We just speak from the throat. We start projecting politeness, appropriateness, and instead of speaking fully into the body where our power resides, we're speaking up here in our top of our head or in our nose and very nasally or something like that. And it costs us much more than just an expression of our voice, the tone or the pitch of our voice. It causes chronic neck tension, tight jaw, restricted breath. There's these physical results to holding back on your voice. You might even feel like there's something stuck in your throat. And then energetically, it stops your voice from carrying a presence, from carrying an authority. People can feel that. You feel like you're not heard because you're not infusing your voice with your power. It's just dribble in essence because you're not connecting your voice. Your communication loses its depth. This is a big challenge in leadership in that you can't speak from your center. How are you going to hold space to influence people? It's just not going to happen. Some of the greatest communicators in history, they weren't just saying the right words. They were vibrating at an authority, at a authenticity that spoke a truth that resonated with those that they inspired. And that's what we want to get back for you. It's not just your inner world, it's going to impact your outer world in the way that you're met in the world. So it's very important to start to reclaim your voice again. The wisdom and the importance of the power of your voice was in place well before modern psychology. You look into the yogic tradition, the throat chakra, the seat of authentic expression and truth, that if that's blocked, you lose your ability to manifest your vision into the world. There's no expression of that vision into the world. The Sufi master Hazrat Inayat Khan said the voice is the breath of the divine moving through human form. The breath of the divine moving through the human form. I love that, eh? That's the voice. When we speak with pure intention from a place of inner alignment, we are literally reshaping the energetic blueprint of the environment around us. As I speak right now, I am sending a vibration of those vocal cords into the world around me. So I'm literally changing and shaping the environment around me. And another example is in Nada Yoga, the yoga of sound. It's taught that the voice is the bridge between the inner world of thought and the outer world of physical reality. So it's the bridge between your thought, your consciousness, and the outer world. The voice is a powerful tool that needs to be embraced, and you need to bring the authentic expression through if you want to have an authentic life. And if it's blocked, you lose your ability to manifest, lead, connect, and to create. That's all fundamentally compromised. This isn't just a metaphor, is what I'm trying to say. It's proven in modern neuroscience that vocal suppression, holding back your voice, activates a freeze response in the nervous system. And what that means is that you're literally locking yourself into a place of survival. And that disconnects you from everything because all your energy, all your resources are then being thrown into a place of fight or flight. You're always on the defense. You've got walls up. You can't connect with people. You can't hear people properly. You're overreactive. You're on guard. This leads to so many issues, and people don't even realize that this stems from the voice. It's literally how you exist in the world. I just want to really bring that home, from the ancients to modern psychology to mechanics of biochemistry. It's all there, pointing the finger at suppressing the voice and how it impacts our lives. I think it's about time then to do a little exercise. And this exercise is going to stretch you, because in order to grow, we got to get outside of our comfort zone. The same comfort zone that was created and put there to suppress your voice is the comfort zone that we want to get out of, get beyond in order to open our voice. It's a scary thing. And the truth of it is that it's totally safe. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. But I would really find some time to get some space where you can make some sound, where you can start to break through the barriers of your voice and really express. I want to give you an opportunity to get it out. Obviously, this is just one step. There's so much more that we can unpack. But for this video, I just want to give you one little taster of it. So what we want to do is we want to just let her rip. Right? Maybe you haven't done it a long time. And if you're people in the other room, family in the other room, whatever, just get the pillow ready, because you really want to let this go. It doesn't have to be pretty. In fact, I want it to sound ugly. I just want you to get sound out. It doesn't have to be musical, nothing. Just get sound out. Just just get it out. We use the ah sound because the ah is completely open. You drop your jaw, you drop your tongue, and you just let it out. Whatever wants to come out, you feel it in the belly. So let's do this. Let's do this together, right? Stand up if you can. Really get into a place of power. Drop into your belly. Feel your belly. Breathe into the belly. Yeah. Nice big breath there. You can really just feel like that guttural wants to come out of there, right? At least it does for me. Okay. Not from the throat, from the belly, from the gut. You know, like a karate, like a yeah kind of thing. Really get it out, and let's do it together. Gonna let it go. Just a deep ah sound. Inhale into the belly. it's, it's like a haka something, right? Just get it out. Maybe do it a few times, eh? On the belly. Amazing. Do it again. So good. That's it. Letting it go. Letting it go. If you got 3 of them out, awesome. Well done. You know, if you didn't, maybe start to consider why. You just look at that and laugh and roll your eyes and say, what an idiot. Look at this monkey. He's making weird sounds and faces and stuff. Well, at least I'm freeing myself from the tension in my jaw. So if you did do it, notice, do you feel like a release in the chest? Do you feel like maybe your shoulders relaxed a bit? Maybe your jaws open up a little bit more, right? So much that could be happening. And hopefully you gave yourself that opportunity to push through, to allow that belly to express. If you couldn't do it today because you're in a certain environment that doesn't allow you, bookmark this, save this, put this link somewhere where you can pull it back up again and revisit it. You don't need the video. Just make a note to yourself. I'm going to go in my car. I used to do this a lot. Back when I was in university, my housemates wouldn't have allowed me to meditate. So I would go meditate in my car, drive away from this campus a little bit and just get to a field or something, or on the side of the road and some car park early in the morning when nobody's around. Or just let her rip. And man, it was liberating. It was so good. And that is all that is required. It's a beginning to start to release the suppression that's there, to start to discharge and let go of the armor that you put on, the mask that you've put on that's not only suppressing your voice, but it's suppressing your life. Your life's not going to move until you learn to move your breath and your voice into the world. The voice is the bridge from the thought, the world that you hold internally, and the external world around you. And that as you start to bring that authentic voice into the world, there's a power in that. This is just a crack in the door. Real vocal liberation happens through time. And then you learn how to communicate. You learn how to lead. You learn how to connect. You learn how to show up in the world. And people will meet you a different way. They'll start to hear you. And you'll be heard because you're speaking from a deeper part of yourself, not a surface masked part that people have trouble connecting with. It's a powerful thing. And this is something that we offer. I mean... It's not that we come into the workshops or the retreats and we're all just doing that to each other. It's that we create a safe environment for people to find their authentic voice. And then as they find their authentic voice, from that sense of safety, their life ultimately changes. Everything changes. Relationships, their connection, their inner state of being. There's many more things that I'm creating in the studio here that'll be released soon. So if you want to be the first to know about it, like this, subscribe to it. There's more of this stuff coming. I'm really excited about this whole sound awakening movement that's coming through right now that I feel the world needs. So make sure you get in here and comment below. Tell me how that made you feel. Or if you want to tell me how stupid that was, tell me how stupid it was. But easy, give me some love too. Like, I'm pretty sensitive. Okay. That's it for me. I would say stop staying quiet. It's time to awaken your voice. Let's do this. Much love. We'll see you soon.